It's that time of year again, isn't it? Isn't it terrific? The last couple of weeks we've seen, we're at that point in the cycle, the Prime Minister's out and about. He's got his little fluoro vests on, he gets the yellow one, the orange one, the little hard hat. Sometimes you even get treated to the silly goggles. And he pops up at building sites and construction sites. In fact, they don't actually have to be a construction site. You just need a bit of big, heavy machinery so it looks like you might be doing something. And he trots around the country and he's announcing things again. Photo ops, that's what he's chasing, and it's even, Deputy Speaker, caused a number of hashtags to trend on Twitter. Hashtag Scotty from marketing, hashtag Scotty from photo ops, and a few others that are not parliamentary, so we won't be mentioning them. But I'm mindful, Deputy Speaker, as always, of the standing orders, and I'm not allowed to call the Prime Minister a liar here in the Parliament. Sounds like flyer, Deputy Speaker, so I'll choose my words carefully.
Thank you.
It would be hard to pick the biggest untruth out of this government's promises. But if we're going for the medal, infrastructure may not win the gold medal, but it's certainly a medal contender. They're in their 9th year. Every year you get the same rubbish spin, budget after budget, full of untruths in their budgets about infrastructure. We get the big announcements every budget. We're going to spend $5 trillion, bazillion, gazillion, doduzillion dollars on infrastructure. It's going to be terrific. Then you get the questions in question time. Up they pop, National Party ministers, because really the Prime Minister sees infrastructure as a plaything for the National Party, announcing things, but when the cameras are away, when people aren't looking, what happens? Not much. After 8 years, in their 9th year, $7.4 billion of the infrastructure they've announced was not delivered on time. That means fewer roads, fewer public transport upgrades, longer commutes and productivity impacts that impact the real economy of the country, because the government announces stuff but they don't build it.
That's right.
Last financial year, $656 million underspend. But when caught out, the Prime Minister, he does two things. He denies it, he pretends it's not true. He just keeps saying the same old stuff anyway. Never mind those pesky things called budget papers, where they publish the numbers and you can get them out and line them up and add up the calculator and work out what they've actually done. Never let the facts get in the way of the Prime Minister's spin. And he blames someone else. He famously blamed international students, remember? If you couldn't get a spot on the freeway or get a seat on the train, it wasn't because this government over there failed to invest in the infrastructure that Australians needed. It was somehow the international students. The same students that he told the universities to go and recruit after he cut $2.2 billion from their funding, but then apparently they did too many. The other thing he does is he always blames state governments. When caught out down in Frankston recently, well, why haven't you built the rail line you promised? He said, oh, it's the state government's fault. And it's like, but you promised it. No, it's the state government's fault. Only Labor state governments, of course. But Australians suffer the consequences and it has real economic impacts. But the only thing worse than their underspends and doing nothing is when they actually do things, because they see infrastructure as an opportunity to rort and pork barrel. Right. How good's infrastructure? Billions of dollars of taxpayer money we can shovel off to Liberal Party marginal seats. The Urban Congestion Fund, Deputy Speaker, $4.8 billion they announced 3 years ago. They've only spent $550 million, another mirage of an announcement, but goodness me, they've rorted it. 83% to Liberal Party seats or target seats. The Commuter Car Park Fund, 87% went to coalition seats or target seats. Not one of the 47 projects listed or recommended by the department. A project selection process which only involved canvassing Liberal MPs and candidates. Rort, rort, rort. I presume it's unparliamentary to snort like a pig to make the point about pork barrelling, so I won't do that either. 10 commuter car parks were not even attached to a train station. Such is their marginal seat pork barrelling brilliance. But nowhere suffers more than Victoria, Deputy Speaker. The Prime Minister hates Victoria. He never misses a chance to bag us. He took our vaccines in the pandemic, he abandoned our businesses, he discriminated against us, and now on infrastructure. Every capital city in Australia has a city deal except Victoria. Melbourne has no city deal. Every other capital city does. Before the last election, though, he was down in south-east Melbourne like a serial pest, promising, sucking up to people. Oh, you'll have a city deal. 2.5 years. What's happened? Nothing. Hasn't been seen since. That means 1.5 million to 2 million people in south-east Melbourne suffer longer commutes. Our employment centres are not getting the road upgrades they need. There's no planning for the future south-east Melbourne airport. Agricultural industry is not getting recycled water. This guy is a scammer.